Hello everyone, this is Razor Date from Don'tBlink.lk. On today's episode, we'll be talking about how you can use video as a tool of marketing for your business. So as we all know, in the recent years, businesses and brands have started using video for their marketing purposes. Ever since, it has only been growing and continues to grow on a daily basis. So today we'll be sharing tips with you all the way from the start, from the planning process where you start developing your ideas, all the way through the production process, and to your final step, which is hitting publish on that video and sharing it with your community. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. Before we start off this video, I just want to ask a quick question from our viewers. So I'm just curious to know how many of you are using video as a tool of marketing. So if you are using video as a tool of marketing, do leave them in the comment section saying, yes, I'm using video as a tool of marketing. If not, just leave a comment saying no. With that said, if you are not using video for your business as a tool of marketing, something that you really need to look into. As we all know, video is a very powerful source of marketing. It is also a very engaging and a very exciting way to showcase your product or services to your customers. Anywhere, you can use it on social media, you can use it on your website, you can use it almost anywhere. The opportunities are countless. With that said, let's jump right into our first point. So the first thing that you need to do if you're looking to use video as a tool for marketing is you need to find out what are the trending topics in your industry. So you can go on a few websites and you can find out, there are a lot of websites which you can find out the trending topics. Google Trends is a very good example. So the reason that you need to be finding out trending topics of your industry is because you don't want to create a piece of content which no one would listen to. And if you just create a video which, there's no relevance to your customers or no relevance to your clients, if you're offering a product or service, no one is going to listen to it or no one is going to watch, apart from the people who randomly stumble across this video. So you need to make sure that you are creating videos on trending topics, on frequently asked questions, something that your audience wants to see. Of course, you could create a video about your services, about your products, but especially in video marketing, you don't want the content to revolve around you, because ultimately the content which you create is for the viewers and bring in more clients or bring in new leads to your business. So you need to make sure that you find out what are the trending topics. That's where you start off. Which brings me to my second point, which is developing the idea and coming up with new ideas as to what piece of content you're going to create. So, when you come to this point, a lot of businesses tend to be too sales. They try to sell in every video and the content revolves around them. And this is very unpleasant when you go to, for example, YouTube channel. When people see videos about them always asking to buy their products, you are not providing any value to your audience or to anyone who's watching. People are literally pushed away from your channel and they do not like to consume your content because 90% of your content is of you trying to sell your product to them. So I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. So instead, you can try to tell a story. Develop a story. People like to watch stories and they like to be taken through a story rather than be sold to. You can try to make a person laugh, provide some value to them, educate them. So these are some things which you need to consider when you're planning out your video. Alright, so now that we shared a few tips on the pre-production process where you will be finding out topics and then planning your video, let's jump into the production process. So now when you jump into the production process is where you actually shoot the video in front of a camera. So when you're shooting video, you must try to be as interesting as possible, because ultimately there are so many videos out there. Tons and tons of content is being pumped out on a daily basis. So you don't want your content to be boring. Point number one with regard to production is make sure that your introduction stands out. So when you're introducing yourself, make sure that stands out. So the second point is you should not be boring. You can try to make people laugh, or the best thing that you can do is when you're creating a piece of content, obviously this piece of content has probably been created before, unless you're moving into a very niche content topic. And the only thing that's going to differentiate your video and these millions of videos which have been created on the same topic is going to be your personality. So try to put forward your personality, try to showcase your personality through your video. And that's something that could, if you could build that personal connection with your audience and keep those viewers engaged, that would be something which is, it will bring a lot of value to your channel and, it will help you grow fast. So in your company, if you are looking to, put person in front of the camera, make sure that person is very charismatic, because not many people are very comfortable talking in front of the camera. And this could be something that pushes your audience away from the video, because, if the person is not comfortable in front of the camera, the viewers won't be engaged and, it'll turn out to be very boring for them. And as a result, they will just click away from your video. So you need to make sure that you're very interesting. Showcase your personality, whatever it is, try to keep your viewers engaged. Also, another tip that you can consider is, this point actually depends, but another thing that you can consider is trying to keep your videos as short as possible. We at Don'tBlink here, we try to keep our videos as short as possible. It's nothing more than 10 minutes, because we want to make sure that we're giving the most value in the least amount of time. So I'm not saying that long videos don't perform well. Long videos do perform well, but if you can, give the most value in the least amount of time, your viewers would keep on coming back to your channel, and then maybe based on the content which you're providing them, they would end up being a lead or even a client for a business. That's a tip that you can consider, keeping your videos short. Alright, so those are a few points which you shared with regards to production when you're seated in front of the camera and talking to the camera. So now let's move into the post-production side of it. So when you bring your video into post and when you're editing your videos, the first thing, simple, it sounds very basic, but the first thing that you can do is you can add a little bit of atmospheric music. So as you can see on this video, we have added, background music. When you shoot a video, when you're just talking to the video, there is that awkward silence in the background. So, music is a good way to get rid of that. Try to add a layer of music to your video, and that would also be another factor that contributes to keeping your viewers engaged. But now that I said music, some people go and just pump up the music volume. Like they literally keep their audio levels at 50% and the music levels at 100%. That's not something that you want to do. People are not interested in listening to music, but they're interested in listening to you. When you go and increase your music levels all the way to 100%, people are actually listening to the music and they cannot hear you speak. So make sure that there's a good balance. Make sure that your music is like maybe 10 or 15% of the total audio. Make sure that 80% is the viewer and the person who is speaking. Music is just to take away that awkward silence in the background and also keep your viewers more engaged. Definitely add a layer of music to your background, but do not go overkill with your volume. Also, another thing that most of the people worry about is perfection. When you are creating a video, businesses and content creators, they get too preoccupied with perfection. If you cannot perfect your video, you can try outsourcing it. If you're doing it in-house, you can try outsourcing it to a video production company who would make sure that it's done perfectly for you. But then again, video is something that you need to pump out consistently, probably on a weekly basis. So that's something that you need to consider. Try not to get too preoccupied with perfection. Most of the people tend to overdo this, and as a result, they do not create the video. Something is better than nothing, and post as much content which brings value, because people are not going to be worried about production value. They do to a certain extent, but 80% of it depends on what you're talking about. So if that's all right, then I think you should be good to go. So finally, let's move on to after you're editing to the posting aspect of it. So when you're posting your videos, you need to try to optimize your videos for search engine. So this is known as SEO, which is also known as search engine optimization. So how you can do this is, for example, if you're posting a video on YouTube, what you can do is you can add a very detailed description and using the correct keywords in your video description. Also, you need to make sure that at the end of the video, you are including a call to action. You might provide value to your audience, and you might engage them, you might make them laugh, you might provide them some value, they might learn something. But at the end of the video, when you're using video as a tool for marketing, you need to make sure that there's a call to action. The call to action may be something like subscribe to our channel. With that said, make sure you subscribe to our channel. So another thing would be check out our website. We have a free offer. Another call to action may be there's a free resource in our description. Make sure you download it, and that would help you guys. So that's something, those are a few examples for a few call to actions that you can include. You know what your call to action is, and you know what you want your audience to do. So make sure you include that call to action at the end. So that's the perfect time, as far as you provided value throughout your video, you can be a little bit salesy there. It may be to, buy a product of yours. It may be to do, it may be something related to do with sales, but you can do that at the end of the video. So at the end of the video is the best place to include a call to action. Some people, they include it at the start of the video as well. I think generally the best place to include your call to action is at the end of the video, because as far as the viewer has made it to the end of the video, that they were engaged and that they were interested in the content which you're talking about. So a good place to add your call to action would be at the end of the video. That's it for the video, guys. Hope this video brought you some value. Call to action. Please subscribe to our channel, hit that like button, send this video to someone who you think would be interested in learning how to use video marketing for their business or for a brand. If there's any questions, do leave them in the comment section below. We'll be more than happy to answer them for you. We're planning on starting a Q&A show in the upcoming weeks, and we would be more than happy to answer the questions for you and bring more value to you through this channel as well. Make sure you do leave your questions below. This is Rajan David from don'tblink.lk, and I will see you guys in the next video.